Hey guys, first day of new format. We're here with my boy Chandler at Go For Game with the Swordsoul deck list. Nice and simple. What's your thoughts on Swordsoul for this new format?
This format, I don't think it's going to do anything because it's Swordsoul. Like, it puts up less impressive boards. You expect people to play through your boards, but I think it's still like a really solid option otherwise if they're in the hands of the right player.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's just get right to the list then.
All right, so just a standard. Let's see here. 3 Moye. It's the main starter you want to do.
Riveting.
Taie.
Two?
2 Taie, because you need two for the grind game, like one for in case you need to like open it, and then you also one for follow up as well. And then the free Long Wan because it's Long Wan, and then 2 clues you had to round out the Swordsoul part.
Okay. Pretty standard so far.
For the Tenyi lineup, we got 3 Ashina,
This negates the first.
3 Vishuda, sorry about that, 3 Akara, and then the 1 Shidana. You can honestly interchange this with Mapura because you know the extra spin on Baksha can matter sometimes.
What's the other one? Sorry, what is that one?
It's the fire Tenyi. It's just pretty much just there for a different element in case you want another spin with Baksha.
Okay.
And then for cantrips, we have Ash and Valor.
Why Valor in particular?
Valor, just in case like people wanted to still play Rescue Ace. Just just wanted to also like hate out the other like generic like rogue matchups.
Do you also play Imperm?
Yes, you'll get that in a minute. And then for sponsor traps, we have the standard 3 emergence, 2 HTC, helps you dodge Imperm, and then 2 Vessel. I believe that like initially Vessel wasn't actually as strong of a card as it is right now because Swordsoul is still like a very fair deck like on paper. And you kind of need the Vessel to kind of like high roll because it technically is like a pot of greed in a way because first off, if you like lead off with Tenyi, you make Monk, you can dump the missing Tenyi names and you get like a search 1 from deck as well. So it's really, really strong. Free desires for consistency.
Alright, it's unlimited now.
Yep, gotta run 3. So that's why I'm going a little bit over 40 today because of that.
Okay.
And then we got for the only breaker in the deck would be for Droplet. It's honestly like okay in this like brief time period we have between Phantom Nightmare and now. But the moment Phantom Nightmare comes out or Fire King really gets like out of hand before then, which I highly doubt, this is going out. And then for the last traps, you have the 1 blackout. It's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't pop 2. And then we have the 3 Emperors. Now for extra, we got the 2 Shishao. Side my pack over here.
Oh, pass.
We got the 1 Chengying, 1 Qixing Longwan, just standard like 1 of ratios. This is really like obnoxious out sometimes. This shoutouts to this guy in the Mikanko matchup today. Literally shreds the matchup because you banish the equip spells, you banish your summons off of like their water arabesque or whatever it's called. They pretty much like you can't like play into like a double banish. Then for the Yangzings, we have double Baksha, standard. 1 Yazi, he rarely comes up, but like in the really niche scenarios he comes up, he actually does like win games. He never came up today for me though. So, and then we have Chao Feng, just to discourage day 1 nib players. And then for the other like powerhouse synchros, we got Draco Berserker and Baron. These are just standard. Just have the Omnigate whenever you're going in blind. Usually just make this.
Do you prioritize that over the other 10 guy?
Well, it depends on the matchup. Qixing Longwan comes in if you know like what you're playing against. Like for example, like Blast Format was really good to tier, and also like Mikanko as well. So it's really good. Has those like niches like in matchups, and like Baron isn't really doing much in a Mikanko matchup, for example. Okay. And then for the links, we got a standard 3 Monk and Shaman. These are self-explanatory. These are also like this helps you in the grind game. Rarely comes up, but like if you need like to extend, this like lets you extend. And then a very like controversial like 15 card. I am playing SP because
You're usually wormlocked a lot, no?
I'm usually it only depends if you're on like Adhara, like starting up with Adhara, but there's like really like some cases where you have like the bodies just to make SP and you just make it in like a simplified game state.
Is it more for grind game, like turn 3 and beyond, maybe, or?
Pretty much, but otherwise, like you don't really need it per se. You can just run like Dragite or like another like 8 or 10 synchro. I just think like SP was like I wanted to try it out. Didn't really come up. Didn't really impress me. I might just try it out for another local or two, see how it goes, and if not, I'll just might go back to Dragon.
Okay, and that makes it really budget.
Yep, it's also like very budget friendly. Like this deck is like below $200 if you play without ESP. All right, so for sideboard, we have 3 copies of Nid,
That's not worth anything though.
3 draw, just standard like day 1 like hate cards.
Out of the store?
3 Crow just for the Fire King matchup, and also like comes up against Lab.
Yep.
And so you just hit their like lady, hit the welcomes, hit the big welcomes if you need to. As a Labyrinth player as well, I know where all the choke points are, so it's good to have Crow. And then for the spells, we got Storm, Duster, gotta hit back row decks, respect them. And then anti-spell, which I believe is like kind of like
Swordsoul.
classic Swordsoul like Floodgate. Fortunately, no rivalry because it's got hit the 1. It's a little bit stackier. You could like play it, but the thing is like you banish off desires, like what happens? So, and yeah, that'll wrap it up.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for the deck profile. Any last shoutouts?
Well, first off, shoutouts to Calvin at Go For Game, and shoutouts to you for having me on the channel. Shoutouts to my boys at UTSF, Kevin, Yongho, Liban. You guys are the real ones. You guys helped me like test and everything, and thanks for rooming with me in Vancouver. Shoutouts to my free company in Final Fantasy 14. You guys know who you are. And well, honestly, just not many other people I can think of. But again, thanks for having me. I really appreciate you putting me on here.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's it.